Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity, where last time we finished the lighthouse quest. We went and talked to the captain of the Red Dream, who knew the former lighthouse keeper, and she was able to soothe the spirit's soul, I suppose. And now the lighthouse is safe, and Nia is starting the renovations and invited us back when it was finished. So we'll have to check back later to see if they finished. We also got our new companion in Pelagina, who is a paladin, a two-handed paladin. She seems really cool. Does mean Durance is out of the party because having two priests is redundant, despite how useful he was with the healing. And in fact, the only battle we've been in so far, we got destroyed. But to be fair, we started off that battle in a very bad spot. We were ambushed. So... but Kana's summons came in clutch in that fight. Very good. And we also got some level ups, which is nice. So we're going to go into the Salty Mast, and we're going to rest for the night. And then when we wake up, we're going to be heading into the Catacombs, where we're going to go to the Temple of Woedica. Finally.
Greetings.
Oh yeah, I forgot we have this quest now too. Is there someone here named Cyril? She laughs. You must be new in town, dearie. She's only the most sought-after girl in the district. You want to spend time with her? Just ask. She's 1,000 for the night, but she's worth every pound. Or so they tell me. 1,000? Fancy a go with her? She nudges you in the ribs. I'll give you a special rate of 500 to thank you for your help with my little problem. Oh, well, in that case, I'd like a night with Cyril. You'll find her quarters upstairs. She lays a large hand on your shoulder. Don't mind the burly fellows at her door. They're just there to make sure everyone has a good time. Of course.
Hey.
Alright, let's do this first. Before we sleep. Now, this quest, I believe she has a medallion that her friend wants from her, but she doesn't want to give it to him unless it's a lot of money. Hello.
Let's keep you.
Powder almost hides the circles under her eyes, and rogue dusts her two prominent cheekbones. Or rouge? Is that rouge? I don't know. Makeup. Despite it all, Cyril is beautiful. She favors you with a smile she must have practiced and perfected. Hello, stranger. Let me make you more comfortable. There's something I need to discuss with you. I'm here on a quest to restore a Glenfathan clan. It is rather warm in here. Maybe later. There's something I need to discuss with you. She runs a smooth finger along your neck and under your chin. Just tell me what you like. It's extra if you want to bring someone else in, though. Your friend, Thristwin, sent me. He needs that medallion. So do I. Cyril raises her chin. I offered him half of the money, and he refused it. She crossed her arms and paces in a slow circle around you. I'm sure he told you all about his broken clan. Did he also tell you that I got him where he is today? I really am sorry for him, but I'll bet you anything he lives better now than he did in Glenfathan. I've worked a long time for a way out, and I'm not giving it up just because Thristwin suddenly got nostalgic. I'll buy it from you. Resolve 16, Might 16. Let's forget about the medallion. I'd like you to help me find something else. Really? I should go. It seems I've lost the mood. Thristwin has no right to ask you this. I'll tell him to leave you alone. I'll buy it from you. She laughs. It's worth 6,000 pans. If you've got that kind of coin, I'll gladly help you spend it. Ingrithan relics are worth a lot less secondhand. You won't get more than 4,000 for this. Lines crease her brow. I suppose you're right. If you can afford that, it's yours. My money. Here you are. She cradles the bag of coppers. I could be in a cottage in Brackenbury tomorrow. She looks hopefully at the medallion in your hand. I'm not going to tell you your business, but if you do mean to give that to Thristwin, it would mean a lot to me too. I hope he finds everything he's looking for back home. She pulls a moonstone ring off her finger. Please, take this. It's always given me an edge with people around here, but I'm done with that part of my life. Cyril's ring added to your inventory. Cool. I've already paid for the time with you. I'd like to use it. And Klessie is not that kind of girl. Farewell.
Hey.
Okay, so we got a ring. Oh, we've got a lot of stuff. We've got forgiveness. A pistol. We need to throw some of this in our pouch. Our stash, rather. So this ring, resolve +2. Ooh. What do we have? We have Gaunt's Pledged. What does this do for us? I don't think I ever use this. It gives us, so it's a small little heal. We're going to replace that with you. So our resolve went up +2. Do you have a second ring? Let's give that to you. There you go. Return the Thirstwind and Brackenberry. We can do that. In fact, I guess we could sleep in Brackenberry instead of sleeping here. I wanted to see what our resolve is now 16. Good. From that ring. Our dex is massive. I like it.
Hey.
Okay. Let's head down here. And yeah, I think instead of sleeping here, we'll go sleep at the well, I don't know. We did get like assaulted in the charred barrel, so I don't know about that. Maybe we'll go to the charred barrel and then we'll sleep in the Fox and Goose. The good old Fox and Goose.
Hello.
Oops, wrong button. Hello. All right, back up here. How much money do I have now? Now that I just spent it all. I only have 1,000 gold. Or copper. Oh, more to Brackenberry. And the added benefit of...
Your Duke's ordered you to return home.
The safety of the republics is being decided here. If I do what needs to be done, there'll be time enough to beg forgiveness when the dust settles.
You must do what you feel is best. I understand.
Liking the banter. I like how that's kind of how you get to know them better. Since there's not like a, it's not like a, like other kinds of games I've played of this where you have like a little camp where you talk to them. Like Pathfinder and the BioWare games. Thirstwind, I have your medallion.
Welcome.
The fancy elf eyes you and your pack. Did you do it? Did you get the medallion from Cyril? I'm not giving you the medallion. Yes. Thirstwind's eyes are wide and round as the artifact is in his hands. You've given my people a gift we couldn't possibly repay. I'll do the best I can, though. He shows a bag of coin into your hands. This is everything I have. Take it, please. Keep it. Your clan could use it to rebuild. Thank you. This isn't quite everything you have. We'll take the reward. Thank you. You'll always be an honored guest among the shattering spears. Farewell. Here is out of the inn, his fancy cloak dragging on the ground. Cool. It did not level us up, but we got 2,000 copper back, so...
Hey.
It's pretty good. We got a little under half of everything we spent for that quest, because we had to pay to see Cyril, too. Okay, so we did not level everybody else up.
Did you and he get along?
We got along how brothers do. He used to throw water on me to wake me up in the morning. I used to fill his boots with stinging ants.
My
Goddamn.
own brothers and sisters are doing very well for themselves, back in Takoa. I don't know that they'd search for me if I were killed so far from home.
Brothers can be funny. I bet you'd be surprised how far they'd go.
Stinging ants, though, I mean, that's a little bit of a severe prank, huh? Like, the difference is there. I think I'd rather have water splashed on me than step into boots filled with ants. Ugh. Alright, so we need to go to the goose. That boy's still sitting out here. Poor boy. Feel a little guilty about that. But it is what it is. No, he needs to go home. All right, Bishop.
Hello.
Can I get a room? Let's go ahead and get the one with resolve. Where is it? Do these change? I thought there was... Oh, there's one with resolve. But I think the dexterity is the one we usually get, isn't it? Yep, the Vixen's Burrow. 160 copper. It's an expensive room, but well worth it. Alright. So now we are headed for the Catacombs and the Temple of Woedica. Here we go. Finally, some main quest action. It's been like 10 episodes since we've done a main quest. Alright. Oop.
Who needs his belly scratched?
Who needs his belly scratched? Is it the little fox? I like their relationship. And yeah, I don't remember if we get more companions. I honestly can't remember anybody more than what we have. But this is probably going to be our group for the rest of the game, except for when we need to get Durin so we can finish his quest. I'm assuming I read that guy's soul. He doesn't... Let me just double check. As you near, I don't think we did. You see an older dwarf counting coins behind a grimy shop window, hair limp with the grease and sweat. A sneer playing around the edges of his pinched mouth. The bargains of the day lie scattered across the table, from the tarnished, tawdry jewelry to an acid-encrusted dagger lying precariously near the edge. His half-nose twitches in anticipation as a customer enters. A disheveled young noble, once white doublet, stained with a life gone wrong, eyes dart behind him, searching for pursuit. Before he dumps the contents of his Hessian bag on the table, the dwarf leans forward, fingers flicking through the silverware and assorted goblets. He shakes his head emphatically, sneer fully settled, shoving the items back at the man. The man pledges, begs, eyes rolling panicked in his in their sockets, asking for something, anything, a few silvers. The dwarf leers and tosses 3 copper pans on the table. Desperate, the young man tears a signet ring from his finger, to the dwarf's ill-concealed delight. A few more coins go into the pile, and the defeated man, swearing stitches under his breath, exits the shop. The venerable dwarf grins at his good fortune, picking food out of his 2 sharp teeth as he examines his haul. Yeah, well, taking advantage of the desperate. Goddamn pawn shop owners. They're the worst. For some reason, when I was reading that, I was imagining something like that happening at like a GameStop, going to sell your old games in it. Ooh. Lucky us. Alright. Let's go ahead, head on down here. All this is already cleared out, so we don't have to worry about any of that. Temple of Woedica is over here. Okay. Let's go ahead and make a manual save here. And let's head on down. NPCs with gold nameplates were designated by our backers. Interacting with them... Wait, what? Oh, are those all backers? That's really cool. Interesting. Okay. Older robed man. In front of you looms the ghostly hollow image of the man who was present at your awakening. He casts a pale, sickly light in a dark corridor as he regards you.
You are from Kratom, my dear?
His words are an echo in your mind from a time long past, and you know your response before you speak it, as if it has always been. I came to live there years ago. Yes, I was born there. Only recently. I was born there.
A remarkable city. Truly one of the most impressive we have encountered outside of our own. Many exceptional people who have joined our cause come from Kratom.
Kratom.
What made you decide to join our order?
Your teachings spoke to me. The world needs to know about the true gods. The gods have been good to me, and I wish to repay them. I went through dark times. Nothing made sense. That all changed when your order came to my homeland. I saw the gods grant miracles to your order. I'm honestly not sure. So this is interesting. So this is talking to a past life of ours. Right? Obviously. I mean, he's not talking to Klesia herself. I went through dark times. Nothing made sense. That all changed when your order came to my homelands.
Little makes sense in the false contexts much of the world has lived under for so long. It is by the mercy of the gods that our faith has been able to reach so many of the heathen in more recent times. Are you ready to take the oath? To spread the word of the gods to the lost and heathen?
I am. Still as stones completed. Durance returns to the stronghold with 594 experience and other stuff. Okay. So you didn't level up, but Kana and Sagani leveled up. So Kana, we'll get rank 4 in survival. And new phrases, a new second level phrase. So let's see, generate a field of terror. So can frighten foes. Decreases the duration of and defends against frightened and terrified for allies. Okay. Allies leave a hazardous trail of frost wherever they move, hobbling and causing freeze damage to enemies. That's kind of cool. And the fox from the farmer did run and leap. Reduces accuracy of disengagement attacks for enemies in the area. I think I like Rime and Frost followed the footfalls of Karth. Like that one. Let's get that. That was a nice and easy level up there. And then Sagani. 10 would give her a second level on the accuracy bonus for creature types. We'll get that. And then a rogue ability. You got Swift Aim here. It's a model. Sounds like a good thing. 25 attack speed, 50% reload speed, but minus 7 accuracy. Let's see what else we got. Defensive bonds. Animal companion gets 15 defense against AoE attacks. Predator sense. Plus 50% damage against targets affected by damage over time. Driving flight. Range attacks bounce plus 1 time. Ooh. Each range attack loosed by the ranger contains such force as to fly straight through the first target and hit another target behind it for less damage. That sounds like it could be really good. I think I like that. Although I thought maybe it bounces. It says bounce, but here it says it hits the one behind it. I wonder if that's true, or if it actually bounces to the next one over. Get takedown. Instruct the ranger's animal companion to push a target, knocking it prone. Okay. That could be good. Arrow sense. This is another passive. Plus 15 deflection against range attacks. Okay. Vicious aim. Here's a model. Minus 20% attack speed. Minus 20% reload speed. Plus 10 accuracy and plus 20% range damage. And then heal companion. I'm between vicious flight or vicious aim and driving flight. I think we're gonna get... I'm gonna get driving flight. I think that will be useful. Getting a little bit of AoE cleave damage kind of thing going on. Ooh. Apuilio farmers in the Examit Plains discovered a large and elaborate ring of small Adra pillars in a secluded southern valley. Though presumed to be connected to the Ingwithans in some way, the pillars do not appear to be connected to any ruins. However, since the site was discovered, farmers from up to 50 miles away have gone missing, eventually discovered days or weeks later in the ring of stones permanently petrified. As these guys have little experience with the Adra pillars, they are calling upon Radsarans, Direwoodens, and Glymphathans for help. The trip to the Ximit Plains was largely uneventful, but Durrance discovered a grisly sight upon arriving at the Adra Circle. Over 50 locals had been permanently petrified among the stones. It took a few days of investigation, but Durrance learned that the abductions all happened at specific times of night and in a pattern for miles around the stone. With the assistance of a mathematician and philosopher, Durrance was able to expose the killer, an extremely powerful Adragon that had been protecting the Adra Circle for centuries. When the Kith discovered the secret place, she began systematically stalking and petrifying anyone who lived within the walking distance of the site. Durrance led a protracted battle against the creature with the help of the locals. Cool. What was our item? A mossy rock. Gee, ooh, someone's a swamp lurker. Oh, never mind. Thank you very much. Cool. Spoils await in the Great Hall Treasury. Okay, so is that item going to be in the treasury then? Probably. Got 3 days left on that. An hour left on the South Curtain Wall.
Hey.
Okay, let's save it. And start moving up. Let's go this way first. Half Mac. Anything up here?
Laying low.
This looks like it's a secret wall, huh?
Would you look at this?
What? Look at what? What did you see? Okay, I didn't see anything. Alright. That's definitely a wall, though, right? Hello? The mercenary eyes you warily as you approach, his weapon readied. What are you doing here? You don't look like one of the masked lot. Relax. How would I know to be here if I didn't belong? I left my mask inside. Let me pass. I left my mask inside. Let me pass. He thinks carefully, then nods. All right, then. Go on in and report to the Acolyte, and she'll give you your assignment. You should be just about finished with their meeting in the big chamber. Any idea what's going on around here? A word of advice, friend. Don't ask questions. Just go and do what you're told. Know anything about this place? He shakes his head. As far as I can tell, we're underneath first fires, probably under the ruined temple. Farewell. Alright. It didn't seem like they were too worried about my being here, which is good. And, you know, I'll just take free loot. Let's get down here. Hello, everybody. Looks like a little... I don't even... What is this? What are those? It's just like benches with candles around them. Strange. Primal rock. And a binding copper. This actually might be the way to go. I thought the other way was going to be the way to go, but that looks like it's leading up into the big spot. So let's go this way first. Hello, mercenaries. I'll take all that. And... by the deeds of my tongue and... oh, that's not it. Hello, initiate.
Greetings.
A lone figure paces back and forth, tapping his fingers at his sides, muttering to himself. He jumps when he sees you, his hands on his chest. By the flame! You startled me. He pauses and leans forward. Where's your mask? That's it. I knew I'd left something at home. It's too itchy. I'll put it back on for the meeting. That's it. I knew I left something at home. Well, don't let anyone inside see without it. They're keen on anonymity. Tell me about the meeting. What are you doing here? Can I borrow your hood? Tell me about the meeting. This must be your first time. The Acolyte communicates with each of us individually to hear our progress on old tasks and to assign us new ones. He shivers with a mixture of pleasure and dread. It's a unique process. She's a cipher, so she can speak to you without words. Fascinating, until you realize she can probably read your thoughts just as easily. What do you know about these tasks? He laughs nervously. Only what I absolutely need to. We protect the secrets of the gods, so desecration is essential. Or discretion is essential. He waves a hand between the two of you. We receive our instructions from the Acolyte, just as she receives hers from someone else, and so on, right up to the Grandmaster. Our role is to obey, knowing as little about the overall plan and each other as possible. Tell me about these secrets. He jumps back. You shouldn't even be asking. Whatever they are, they're secrets for a reason. Our job is to guard them, not to know them. How can you be confident you're doing the right thing when you know so little? He snorts. That's easy. The Leaden Key has been around for ages by the blessing of the gods. You only have to look around to see the perils of trying to usurp divine power. Killing a god in the Saints' War has cursed us all, and the heresy of animancy has only worsened matters. Try to replace a soul, and you inevitably end up with a monster. It's all been a warning. There are some powers we just shouldn't have. I see. We've been entrusted with important work. It's an honor, but not without its challenges. You need something else? I'll be ready for the Initiates meeting soon, honest. What are you doing here? He resumes his pacing. I've been practicing the passphrase. I know them backwards and forward, but I get so nervous every time I think about repeating them to the Acolyte. He wings his hands. You can practice on me. Okay. He ushers in a deep breath with fluttering hands. Here goes. First question. State your name and purpose. Answer. My name belongs to the gods, and my hand to their service. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget, just in case I need to, actually pick the right answer. So my name belongs to the gods, and my hand to their service. My name belongs... Riveting gameplay right here, as I write this down in the notebook. To the gods. But, I probably don't even need to do this, to be honest. And my hands... hand to their service. Okay. And then question 2. What company do you seek? Answer. I seek the company of shadows, that our labors may remain secret. Company of shadows. Labors remain secret. There we go. Good. Oh, God, there's a third and fourth question. Third question. Tell me of your labors. Answer. To see that the craft of Kith and Wilder does not disturb what bones the gods have buried. Oh, boy. Okay. So, how can I shorten this one? Craft of Kith and Wilder. Craft of Kith and Wilder. Not disturb bones that gods have buried. Buried bones. Okay, that should be good enough. And fourth question. How do we know your purpose? Answer. You shall know it by the confession of my tongue, the deeds of my hand, and the oath of my soul. Confession of tongue. Confession of tongue, deeds of my hand, and oath of soul. Riddles upon riddles. What bones the gods have buried. It's very dramatic, isn't it? Oh, I'm sorry. Please continue. A fifth question. And how is your oath guarded? Answer. It is sealed by the Leaden Key. Cool. Sealed by Leaden Key. He sighs with a nervous chuckle. That wasn't so hard. Try it again. It sounds like you've got it. I do, I think. He bites his lip. I'm just going to practice a few more times by myself before my meeting. Can I borrow your hood? Of course not. He clutches at the edge as if you'd threaten to rip it off of him. The Acolyte would kill me for sure if I approach her without it. I promise I'll bring it right back. I guess there's no harm. Just don't tell anyone I gave it to you. You've gained an item, Woedica hood, added to inventory. Aloth leans toward you and mutters between clenched teeth. You can't be serious. Of course I'm serious. We're going stealthy. Wait, I can't even wear it. Never mind. Wait, what are Godkin not allowed in the leaden key? I'll give it to you then. Maybe if one of us is wearing it, it'll be okay. It's actually a really cool looking hood. I like that. Anyway, free book. The Queen That Was and Still Is. We can unlock that. Go ahead.
There, done.
Thank you. What is this? Veloon. And there's something over here too. Rite of Ancient Legends, The White That Wins, and some money. A book lies on the table, its pages filled with some kind of unintelligible cryptography. Alright. Nothing else in here? Maybe I need a stealth?
I'll take a look.
I swear there's something over there. Must be something that wraps around, I guess. Alright, let's go down this way. So we have the passphrase, we have the hood. We should be okay? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess Godkin just can't... They can't be part of this organization. They can't wear hoods. Aloth falters and brings a hand to his forehead. He takes a staggering step forward, coughing and sputtering.
Back, ye clod! Those hooded fiends are nigh to be trusted!
Elf, pull yourself together. He grimaces, catching his breath. It's nothing, I'm fine. He coughs again. This probably isn't the best place to linger anyhow. Alof, you okay? You okay, buddy? Okay. Up save. You know, pick up some money. You hear murmurs and chants on the other side of the door. A ritual of some sort is already underway. However, your only means of disguise is presently in use. Wait. Retreat from the door. You turn back. Okay, good. Oh, hey! Before we go in, let's go ahead and get the next thing constructed. So I think that's all of our security done, right? Oh, the walls are all good. In that case, what would Klesia like most? What are these? Requires Bailey. Okay, so let's get the Bailey so we can open those things. There we go. The Bailey houses various necessities for keeping the stronghold self-sufficient. Building this upgrade will allow you to upgrade the grounds further. Yeah, sounds like a good one to get right now. There you go. Alright, so let's take the hood off of him. I thought maybe if he wore it, he'd be good. Put that in my inventory. Save it.
Hey.
And go forward. Don the hood and mask. There we go. You slip the hood and mask over your head. You can smell the fabric starting to burn, but you pat the material atop your head and manage to keep the flames at bay. I imagine I'm supposed to go in alone. Oh, this could be very dangerous. Continue into the chamber alone. You open the door and stride into the chamber. Several shrouded figures are lined up across from a hooded woman. The figure at the head of the line approaches her, and the woman places her outstretched hand on the stranger's forehead. They stand in silent communion as you look on. A few moments later, the stranger steps aside and resumes his place in the circle around the statue. The woman turns toward you. She does a double take at your ill-fitting hood. You are late, attendant. Even though her face is concealed, you sense her rage in her dangerously low voice and in the sudden silence of the others in the chamber.
I've been waiting on your reports. Quickly now, state your name and purpose.
The woman beckons you closer with curling fingers. She rests her open hand on your forehead, and you feel the heat from the palm through the thick material of your hood. Her voice is so low and soft that you're not certain whether she's speaking aloud or in your head. My name belongs... Okay, so I didn't really need to write it down. My name belongs to the gods, and my hand to their service.
What company do you seek?
Her voice chimes again, rich and resonant. Is that an offer? I seek the company of shadows, that our labors may remain secret.
Tell me of your labors.
To see that the craft of Kith and Wilder does not disturb what bones the gods have buried.
How do we know your purpose?
The voice rings like a bell between your ears. You shall know it by the confession of my tongue, the deeds of my hand, and the oath of my soul.
And how is your oath guarded?
It is sealed by the leaden key.
Welcome, attendant. Tell me of your exploits.
Her voice reaches you as a whisper slithering first into one ear and then the other. In your mind, you see a building magnificent with trellises and tiles and located on a pristine boulevard. The wealthy and learned stroll in and out, trading knowledge and coin.
Does he wait still?
Yet it also houses misery and madness. Somewhere within its rotten core sits a man, his hair matted but his eyes alert. He watches and waits, a prisoner by choice. Does he wait still? Yes?
Did they arrive?
The Acolyte's vision takes you out of the Defiance Bay into a town in the wilderness with a watermill. A signpost on one of its paths reads Direford. Several figures huddled together, shrouded in cloaks and hoods. An image of ruins suddenly loom in your mind. Two skeletal effigies flank a cleft in the mountainside. Yes.
Your information shall be relayed. Now, for your next task.
The ruins fade from your mind, and in their place is a palimpsest of a neighborhood. Rundown estates are cobbled together around a cemetery and an ancient tower. Savage shapes prowl the streets, and in the tower a man hunches over a strange mechanism. You can't see him clearly, but there's something unnatural about him.
Stop him. And above all, don't let him meet her.
You see a woman, deathly pale, with a scar over her heart. The Acolyte shows you a door in the base of the tower, a seemingly impenetrable slab of stone and copper. But then she shows you the invisible split between the perfectly matched halves, and you understand how the copper veins convert a command into action. The command comes to your mind, a surprising familiarity about it. You know how to open the door. I shall. Her hand rests lightly on your head. Have you any questions, attendant? What is this place? This is what remains of the Temple of Woedica. The Acolyte shows you a grand structure surrounded by the faithful. The fires of revolution destroyed everything above us and left the remains abandoned, perfect for our purposes. Who are you? I am the Acolyte. That is all you need to know. Remind me about the man in the tower. You see a palimpsest of a neighborhood. Run-down estates are cobbled together around a cemetery, blah, blah, blah. You can see him clearly, but there's something unnatural about him. Stop him, and above all, you see a deathly pale woman. Don't let... Yeah, okay. Could I see the vision of the ruins again? The Acolyte's vision takes you to out of Defiance Bay, into a town, Direford, several figures huddled together, shrouded with cloaks and hoods. An image of ruins suddenly looms in your mind. Two skeletal effigies flank a cleft in the mountainside. Okay. Show me the prisoner. In your mind, you see a building magnificent with trellises and tiles and located on a pristine boulevard. Magnificent trellises and tiles. The wealthy and learned stroll in and out, trading knowledge and coin. Yet it houses misery and madness. Somewhere within its rotten core sits a man, his hair matted, but his eyes alert. He watches. Is that the sanitarium? Maybe. It's either the sanitarium or the library, but we explored the library. We didn't see anything like that. All right, well, farewell. Okay, well. Awesome. The other time I played this game, I did not do that. I went in there and I just killed them all. I'm going to save it just in case bringing my party in here triggers a thing.
Of course.
It doesn't. Good. Oh, and Pelagini leveled up. So let's level her up. I suppose we'll just keep getting your athletics up since that's what you're good at. Actually, get 1 in survival too. Good. And then a Paladin ability, Inspiring Triumph. This is a passive. Inspires all allies in the vicinity when the Paladin downs an enemy, providing a temporary bonus to the defense. It's pretty good. Liberating Exhortation. Commands an ally to summon all their strength in order to temporarily ignore existing hostile effects. The effect will resume once it ends. This effect ends twice per encounter. It's not bad. Zealous Charge inspires the Paladin and all nearby allies to charge fiercely into battle, increasing their movement speed and disengagement defense. Cannot be active with other Zealous auras. Okay. Sworn Enemy. Once per encounter, marks an enemy as the focus of the Paladin's righteous fury, granting accuracy and damage bonus against the target until combat ends or the target goes down. That could be good. Deprive the Unworthy. Twice per rest. The Paladin temporarily snuffs out all active beneficial effects on a single foe. The effects resume once this ends, so it lasts for 23 seconds. That could also be good. Aegis of Loyalty. Confused, charmed, and dominated characters have severe accuracy penalties when attacking the Paladin. Additionally, the Paladin's attacks against such characters do minimal damage and always end the effect. Oh, so that's a way to cure our allies from those things. That's kind of cool. Zealous Endurance. This is another Zealous aura. This one gives us 3 damage reduction and 15% of incoming hits convert to grazes. Okay, so that's a defensive one. Reviving Exhortation. Commands an unconscious ally to get back up, giving a large but temporarily spike to endurance, some of which is lost after a short duration. Target revived with 318 endurance, and 53 of that is lost after 17 seconds. That's probably what we're going to get. That sounds really, really useful. Coordinated attacks. The Paladin fights in perfect synergy with the closest ally attacking the same foe, providing the ally with an accuracy bonus. We're going to get Reviving Exhortation. There we go. Alright.
Hey.
What's this button do? What's in this pot? Ooh. Token Defiance. Take that. Whether by design or by consequence of the sputtering candlelight, the hooded statue's face is almost impossible to see. Interesting. Secret passage. Devotees have placed assorted keys, their teeth filed away, among the runnels of wax. Interesting. Some money. Is there really nothing over there? That's definitely something. I don't know. Maybe we'll come back another time. See what's up here. Does this just lead us out into First Fires? The Steward of Cadnua has received a letter for you. Okay. Durgan's Battery. Alright, so let's take a look at our quests here. We've got 3 quests now. Through Death's Gate. The Acolyte's vision showed me mysterious ruins somewhere outside of Direford. The Letting Key has sent operatives to find the site, though their purpose is unknown to me. Travel to Direford village. Undying Heritage. The Acolyte showed me a vision of an ancient tower in a derelict district of Defiance Bay. There's a strange man in the tower working on some kind of machine. I also saw a woman with a scar over her heart. I don't know where she is, but I suspect that she holds the key to whatever happened there. The Letting Key was interested in this tower for a reason. I need to understand what it does if I'm to figure out their plans. Okay. Undying Heritage. I'm pretty sure this is Heritage Hill. The Man Who Waits. The Letting Key Acolyte showed me a vision of an agent in a place of misery and madness. I need to find this agent and discover his or her plan to see if it holds any clues to finding the man I'm searching for. So, this is the only one where we have a destination, right? Through Death's Gate. Now, based on the name of the quest and from my past playthrough, about 95% sure this is going to be in Heritage Hill. And we do have a reason to go in Heritage Hill anyway. To just solve the problem there, because it's not doing too well. Ooh, the white that marches. So this is the white march. The white that marches. The white march. So this is the DLC. Interesting. Oh man, we have so many things to do. And then this one, I'm pretty sure is the sanitarium. Pretty sure. That's also based off my past knowledge of the game. Do you have anything new to say? No. Okay, well,
A moment, please. I feel I should explain myself.
What's up, Aloth?
About my episode in the Catacombs. There's something I should have told you earlier.
That's an understatement. He clasps his hands together, slowly massaging a knuckle with his thumb. I meant no harm. Excuse me. I thought I could keep it to myself. That when we resolved the matter of your soul, we would also address my problem.
I also have an awakened soul. But unlike yours, mine is a presence that shares my senses and my skin, making herself manifest at the most unwelcome times.
Interesting. Continue. He closes his eyes and grits his teeth. His lips quiver and twitch with the vestiges of some internal debate. Several seconds later, he opens his eyes again. They're watery and bloodshot.
I'm sorry. I've tried to learn to control Isilmir. I've gotten stronger, but so has she.
He shakes his head. Why didn't you say something sooner?
I learned to keep her a secret a very long time ago. Those with awakened souls are shunned, mistrusted. And after your experience with Meerwald, I'm certain you can see why. You need to be careful.
He looks up at you. Tell me about Isilmir.
Artless, uncouth, a creature of rash impulses and feeble faculties. She wags her impertinent tongue when she should listen.
He winces, his expression rippling between control and chaos.
Aye, this one's fit to boil. Hard to get this gaff over anything tisn't to do with books and spell speak.
His face flickers with a sly grin. He grimaces, running his hand through his hair. I have none of her memories. Bareth spared me that much. But her coarse manners and intolerable Hyle speak suggest a provincial from a very, very long time ago. She tends to surface a hair's breadth from conflict. When the fuse has burned down and teeth are on edge. And when she shows up, she doesn't stop to gauge the situation, she just acts. She seems reckless. That's it exactly. You recall the way she'd go to those villagers in Gilded Vale? She doesn't think, she just doesn't back down. And trying to suppress that has been my problem for years. Is this going to be a problem for us?
Merely an annoyance. Although...
He purses his lips into a thin, crooked line. He lowers his voice and clasps his hands behind his back. Minute twitches, and spasms along his arms betray his fidgeting.
Defiance Bay is said to have an entire institution dedicated to the study and cure of soul-related ailments. Since our journeys have already brought us to the city, perhaps we could speak with someone there.
If it's helpful to you, we'll go. We'll see. I can't make any promises. You need to learn to deal with this with your own issues. If it's helpful to you, we'll go.
Thank you. This has been a great burden.
His shoulders loosen by the slightest fraction. Let's talk about something else. Aloth looks at you with quiet attentiveness. How may I be of service? I'd like to know more about Isilmir. He raises an eyebrow, such as, when did she awaken? My father was a strict man. He expected the best from his only child, and he didn't tolerate failure. His face becomes drawn. At times, he could be rather adamant, particularly when he'd been drinking. Isilmir manifested on one such occasion. To be honest, I don't remember the specifics, only that he was more careful with me after that. I recently watched the show Moon Knight, and that sort of this little tidbit of his backstory reminded me a lot of about what happens in that show to the main character. You said that you'd learned to hide her a long time ago. My mother instructed me to keep her a secret after she first emerged. She feared that knowledge of my awakening would render me an outcast. Even though Isilmir proved useful against my father, I trusted my mother's advice, and I've since come to see the wisdom behind it. Merwold is an extreme example, but one that I can relate to more and more each year. Could I talk directly to her? He gives you a taut frown. Her usurpations are uncomfortable enough. I'm not eager to invite her into my consciousness more than necessary. Let's discuss something else. Indeed. How may I be of service? That's all. Find an expert on awakening somewhere in Defiance Bay. So we actually met somebody in the sanitarium who was all about awakening, so we know where to go for that one. Okay, so since I'm unable to decide on the spot where we want to go first, we're going to go down here to the Valiant Embassy and do Pelagini's quest, since we're here. Or at least start. I imagine it's just going to start her quest, really. Vincent Agosti?
Ambassador Agosti, I would speak with you on a matter of some urgency and great importance.
Pelagini smiles broadly when she addresses the ambassador. Sighing as though remembering some heavy burden, Vincent crosses his arms before replying, Palagina. I've been saying your name wrong. Palagina. If this is the same matter we previously discussed, I doubt they will be convinced any more easily. Ambassador, please hear her out. Quit stonewalling and pay attention for once. Or remain silent.
Ambassador, I implore you to take a step back and look at this again.
Ambassador Agosti holds up his hand and cuts Palagina off in a strident tone. Enough. We're not going over Defiance Bay's animancers again. The Duke's desires have not changed since the last time we spoke. If you haven't heard, word of your insubordination has already found the ear of the Duchessa of Biagpet, and the Duke of Salona. There are murmurs that you cannot be trusted to fulfill your duties. Must this talk reach the shores of Sperinto? Pelagina's aggressive demeanor drains to a state of shock and worry, and she remains silent. If it makes any difference, Ambassador, I'm already looking into the matter Pelagina has spoken of. What kind of spineless do nothing are you? If you and the Dukes aren't going to take her seriously, shove off. Yeah, this is annoying seeing our new friend being treated like this. Shove off. Pelagina's golden eyes grow wide, but she remains speechless. Despite her shock, a stifled smile breaks through for a moment. The ambassador blinks, clearly unprepared for your outburst. Well, we all have our roles to play, for better or worse. I am the Duke's representative, not Pelagina's advocate.
What is it the Dukes need of me, Ambassador?
Pelagina recovers her determined demeanor. The Direwoods' instability has created an opportunity for us to take over their trade with Ir Glenfath. We will need to meet with the Glenfathans soon to secure upcoming trade arrangements. The roads to Twin Elms can be dangerous, of course, but that's why you'll be our representative there.
Echosi, Ambassador, but won't this provoke the dear Woodins? Their country is falling apart, and we are already dividing up their trade alliances.
Pelagina's feathers ruffle, but she speaks with an unusually meek timbre. Provoke them into what? Going to war? Through no fault of the Republic's, the Direwoods' armies have been deprived of an entire generation of soldiers. It would be foolish not to take advantage of the situation. If we don't, the Ratsirans will. Ambassador, that's some cold compassion considering what these people have been through. It does make sense, Pelagina. The Direwood has problems, and sooner or later, someone's going to profit from it. Yes, it's true.
Madiko. When I walked in here, I didn't think we were going to be talking about how to chop up the Deerwood's corpse.
Well, I mean, it's not a corpse yet. Palagina is taken aback. I'm just speaking the truth. Like, I don't agree that it should be like this, but until they elect me as the new Duke and I become the Lord of the Direwood and lead everybody to greatness and solve all the problems, this is how it's gonna be, right? Vicent. I've been calling him Vincent this whole time. It's Vicent, or I don't know. Maybe it's Vikent. Holds up his hands to set Palagina at ease. That's not what we're talking about. This is just business. Palagina raises an eyebrow and clenches her jaw, but remains silent. Palagina. He shakes his head. Go to Twin Elms. Speak to the Anomenfath. Impress upon her the instability of the Direwood, and reassure her of the Valiant Republic's desire to open safe trade.
Of course, Ambassador.
After a long and uncomfortable pause, Palagina exhales deeply, the lids of her eyes closing briefly as she slumps in acceptance. The ambassador nods and smiles paternally. He then looks to you. I know you planned on investigating this crisis together, but I hope you understand Palagina's responsibilities. Wink obnoxiously at Palagina. I understand completely, and we'll make sure she completes this important mission for the Dukes. Nod non-committedly. I understand, but we're still going to investigate it. Responsibilities or not. Of course, Ambassador. We all have our duties to attend to. Yeah, I understand, but we're still going to investigate it. Responsibilities or not. Vikent bristles and turns to Palagina. Will the Dukes need to hear more about Palagina Mezere's wild adventures?
Of course not, Ambassador. I will attend to the Anomenfath as soon as I am able to travel to Twin Elms.
Good. Now, if you will excuse me. See ya.
Could have gone better. Could have gone worse. Not that you helped put up much of a fight.
What do you mean? I think you're in the right, but I didn't want to make the ambassador any angrier. What's the fight? You have your orders, and you're already in trouble with the Dukes. No, I think you're in the right. I just think, his analysis of the situation isn't wrong, right? You are not. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I think you're in the right. But I didn't want to make the ambassador any angrier.
Enough wisdom for both of us. Now, I just need to find out how to get to Twin Elms before the ambassador loses his patience.
She pauses in thought. Still, I fear that making this deal with the Glenfathans will further weaken the Direwood and make trouble for the Republics in the years to come. Well, it's a long way to Twin Elms. You'll have plenty of time to think it over. Follow your heart. Do what you believe will be best for the Republics. Just follow your orders, Palagina. It's the least likely path to trouble. Yeah, it's a long way to Twin Elms. You'll have plenty of time to think it over.
Verus.
She nods and sighs. Here we go. Help Palagina broker a trade agreement. Yeah. So that's going to be a while before we get to Twin Elms. Taxes collected. Woo!
Hey.
Party gained some experience there. Perfect. All right. So I think that's where we're going to end this episode. In between this and the next one, I'll do some thinking about where we want to go next. I'm leaning towards doing Heritage Hill next.
Ah, the life of a traveler. So many ruins to uncover, places to see.
Indeed. Though after 5 years, I'll be ready for a break.
It is true. You have been at it far longer than I. Where will you go next, when you have all the world to choose from?
Home, of course.
Duh, Kana. Come on, man. Okay, so before we were rudely interrupted by that glorious bit of banter, that's the end of this episode. The next one will probably be headed towards Heritage Hill. I think that's what I want to do next. But until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later.